Yeah, I think we are live now. So, shall we start?
Yeah.
Great. So, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for taking out your time and joining us today. I would like to extend my warm welcome to everyone for joining today's webinar, which is on the topic Innovations in Obesity Management, Nutrition, and Beyond. Hoping for a great session and lots of insights on the topic. So, before we begin, let me quickly walk you through the agenda for this session. So we'll start with the welcome introduction of speakers and instructions, followed by the presentation on obesity, what's new for India by Ms. Sheila Krishnaswamy. Then we will come to exciting Good Monk new product introduction by Ms. Isha Singh, followed by product usage feedback by Ms. Swati Patel. And then we'll conclude the session with Good Monk Nutrition Affiliate Plan by Ms. Isha Singh and Q&A session if time permits. So since this is an intimate group, we encourage you to share your questions in the comment section throughout the session. If we don't get time to address them live, we will ensure to follow up with you individually after the session. So we are honored to have two exceptional speakers with us today. Our first speaker is Ms. Sheila Krishnaswamy, ma'am. She is a name that doesn't need any introduction in nutrition and science fraternity. She is a renowned diet, nutrition, and wellness consultant with over 40 years of experience. She's associated as scientific council member at Good Monk and guides us with her vast nutrition knowledge and experience. We are privileged to have you today with us, ma'am, for your insights. And thank you. And joining her is Miss Isha Singh. She is a head nutrition product innovation comms and clinicals at Good Monk. She is an accomplished professional with 15 plus years of experience in nutrition industry, delivering innovative product solutions, scientific engagements, and creating value for businesses in India and APAC markets. She holds a MSc in Food and Nutrition Sciences from SNDT University, a PG certificate in marketing from MICA, and a professional certificate in product strategy from IIM. So let's get started with this exciting session. Let's begin with Ms. Sheila. The floor is yours, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Shreya. Can I share my slides now?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Give me a moment, please. Is it visible for you?
It is.
Wonderful. So once again, thank you, Shreya, for that lovely introduction. And I would also like to thank Isha and the entire team at Superfoods Valley for giving me this opportunity the second time to speak to you on obesity, what's new for India. And thank you all dietitians for taking time out to be here today. I'm going to be very quick. Basically, I'm just sharing the prevalence of obesity and whatever is new, the latest information that has come out recently. So let's begin with the global obesity burden. I'm sure some of you already know that in 2022, 1 in 8 people in the world were living with obesity. And worldwide adult obesity has more than doubled since 1990, and adolescent obesity has quadrupled. That's a very scary number. In 2022, 2.5 billion adults, that is 43% of adults who are 18 years and older, were overweight. Of these, 890 million or 16% were living with obesity. And over 390 million children and adolescents aged 5 to 19 years of age were overweight in 2022, including 160 million who were living with obesity. And in 2024, 35 million children under the age of 5 were overweight. And if we look at these numbers, we can only imagine what is going to be in, let's say, 20 years from now. So much so that the World Health Organization came out with this flyer saying that the weight of the world is changing. Most of the world's population live in countries where overweight and obesity kill more than underweight. Everybody needs to act to create a healthier future. Looking at the obesity prevalence in India, it's about 40.3%. And this was published in 2021 in the Annals of Neurosciences. South India had the highest at 46.51%, and East was the lowest at about 32%. Obesity was higher in women than men, more in urban than rural, and more in over 40 years of age than under 40 years of age. The higher the education, the higher the obesity, as did the lower physical activity increase in obesity prevalence. The National Family Health Survey 5, NFHS 5 survey, you might have read all this already, indicates that more than 6.4% of women and 4% of men aged between 15 and 50 are obese, and 3.5% of children under 5 years of age are overweight, that is weight for height, at an all India level. And this is a very, very huge number considering that our population is 1.4 billion. And a study done by the NCD Risk Factor Collaboration, which was published in The Lancet, found that 44 million women and 26 million men in India were obese in the year 2022. And going further, the abdominal obesity prevalence in India was analyzed based on NFHS 5 data. And it was found that the prevalence of abdominal obesity in India was more than 40% in women and 12% in men. And the findings showed that 5 to 6 out of every 10 women between the ages of 30 and 50 are abdominally obese. And this is so real for all of us, because when we do counseling, we see a lot of women who are post marriage or post childbirth. They have a big abdominal obesity problem which just doesn't go away, and it only gets worse with the age and as time passes. Many of you might have seen this. Earlier this month, the Times of India newspaper came out with this huge infographic and this was based on the ICMR study, which reveals the overweight obesity problem in India. And the findings showed that 20% of Indian households have all the adult members classified as overweight. So in a population of 1.4 billion, that's almost 280 million people who are overweight. And 10% of households have all adults classified as obese, which means about 140 million people are all obese. And worse is that the whole family is either adult obese or overweight. Urban households, as always, has a much higher incidence than the rural households. And the most affected states were Manipur, Kerala, Arunachal Pradesh, and Sikkim, leading with over 30%, followed closely by Tamil Nadu, Chandigarh, Punjab, and Uttarakhand. Obesity hotspot was Pondicherry. That was a little surprising for me, but it said 25% of households having all adults as obese, and followed by Chandigarh, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, and Delhi, where 2 out of every 5 households in Tamil Nadu, households, sorry, 5 households in Tamil Nadu and Punjab have all adults classified as obese. So, and they also showed that 1 in 4 households from the richest wealth quintile have all adult members who are overweight. And 17% of affluent households have all members as obese. And this is rather frightening number for us, because we really don't know. And as all of you know, that there are so many risk factors associated with overweight and obesity. So this is rather frightening, because we wonder where we are heading, where the country's health is heading. So it was not just Times of India. Sometime back, earlier this year, the Hindu also carried this headline, which said India's burden of rising obesity, the hefty cost to pay. The general societal attitude in the country, which normalizes overweight or obesity, must change. It's no longer healthy to be overweight or obesity, is what the paper is trying to convey to the readers. People like all of us who are dietitians and healthcare professionals know this, but the common man doesn't know that normalizing overweight and obesity is definitely a dangerous trend. Holistic interventions are needed to ensure a healthy nation. Nearly one third of India will be obese by 2050 was the Lancet study which was published recently, and this was again headlined in India Today, which said that Lancet has predicted that, I mean, the study published in Lancet has predicted that 280 million men and 231 million women in India, that's nearly one third of the country's population, will be obese by 2050. All of you young dietitians, I'm sure you have, you still have a long life and long future ahead of you. So you will be dealing with all these people who are going to be obese and overweight in the near future. It was not just the Indian media, even the foreign media like BBC carried headlines which said Indian pot belly from status symbol to silent killer. And CNN carries this headline saying India, notorious for malnutrition, is now a land of obesity. So the whole world is now talking about the prevalence of overweight and obesity in India, because they see us not only as a population which is very huge, and a burden, a disease burden also, which is kind of catching up with the numbers in population. So I think there's a lot of work for all of us to do. And the Information and Broadcasting Ministry from Delhi published this infographic on 1st of March in this year, and it said driving the rise of obesity in India are these factors, which is high calorie, low nutrient diets, easy access to processed foods, growing culture of eating out, sedentary lifestyles, physical inactivity, and use of genetically modified crops. Now, all of this we totally understand. I'm still not sure why this is included here. Altered food composition impacting metabolism and weight gain is what it says. But perhaps I need to read more on this. But then, yes, we all know that these are the factors which is driving the obesity rates, overweight and obesity rates in India. The European Association for the Study in Obesity, that is ESO, came up with this beautiful infographic which said that obesity and its impacts on health for female as well as for male. And in females, obesity is linked with problems at the neurological and psychological, psychosocial levels, respiratory problems, digestive problems, skin problems, lipedema, reproductive problems, endocrine and metabolic disorders, cardiovascular problems, immune health, some cancers, renal and musculoskeletal problems. While this is, and of course, their BMI is, obesity is considers BMI over or equal to 30 kg per meter square, and for them, overweight is above 25, right? So, whereas it's very different in India. Yet they connected so many health problems relating to obesity. It was very similar in men, except that they did not have the lipedema, that is the fatty deposition on the thighs and on the hips. That was absent for men. And the reproductive health problem was just linked to infertility in men, whereas in women, it was linked to infertility as well as higher incidence of PCOS. And the cancers in women was linked to breast cancer, endometrial and ovarian cancer, whereas in men, the increased risk of colorectal cancer, prostate and liver cancer was seen with obesity. So although there are minor differences between the two, every gender has a lot of risks linked to obesity. When the gut microbiome was compared between obese people and lean individuals, and this was published again in recently, it is published in India. It is a study done in India. And they found that proteobacteria, negative acutes, gamma proteobacteria, and Veillonolaceae were more abundant in obese people, and in lean people, Clostridia, Prevotolaceae, Lactospiraceae, Enterobacteriaceae, and Ruminococcaceae were more predominant in lean individuals. So there is a difference even in the gut bacteria, and perhaps these are the bacteria that influence the weight concerns in the obese or in the lean individuals. And I'm sure there's much more to study in this area. although a metagenomic study was done some time back, and it's a very interesting article. The link is given below if anybody is interested. Very recently, Dr. Anup Mishra, and I'm sure all of you know who he is. He is one of the leading endocrinologists based in Delhi. He and his team of experts, including Seema Gulati, who's a very senior nutritionist and an expert in this field, they revised the definition of obesity in Indians who live in India. And the same group had earlier, I think in 2009, yeah, in 2009, they had given some guidelines, but they revised it much more recently. And why is this? Because the earlier one relied exclusively on BMI. And now we know that, only BMI is not an indication of obesity, or it does not accurately diagnose obesity. And there is a lot of association between generalized obesity and abdominal adiposity in Asian Indians. And there's also early onset of comorbid diseases in Indians. And therefore, the group of experts felt that there is a revised definition required. So what did they say in the revised definition? They said that stage 1 obesity are individuals who exhibit increased adiposity, that is BMI over 23, without discernible effects on organ functions or daily activities. And stage 2 obesity is a more advanced state characterized by greater adiposity, both generalized adiposity as well as abdominal adiposity, impacting both physical and organ functions, resulting in functional limitations during day-to-day activities, and also contributing to comorbid diseases. So this is a nice figure that they have brought out, which says that obesity has to be greater than, BMI has to be greater or equal to 23. Stage 1 obesity, where BMI is greater or equal to 23, which is mandatory. Optional measurements would be a high waist circumference, high waist height ratio, and high body fat. Along with this, there should not be any symptoms suggestive of limitations of day-to-day activities due to obesity. And there would be no obesity-related comorbid diseases. And this they termed as stage 1 obesity. And what they termed as stage 2 obesity is BMI greater than or equal to 23, which is mandatory, along with one of the following, which is high, either waist circumference or the waist to height ratio, and perhaps body fat also. Plus, obesity-associated limitations in day-to-day activities, any one or more of the ones listed here, that is shortness of breath, or palpitations, or musculoskeletal symptoms like joint pains of lower limbs, etc. Or this box plus the one below, which says obesity-associated comorbid diseases, one or more of these listed below, that is type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, obstructive sleep apnea, NAFLD, dyslipidemia, osteoarthritis, mental health disorders, infertility, PCOS, and so on and so forth. All the details are there in the paper. It's very interesting. I hope you can go through it if you find time. So the cutoffs for anthropometry from this paper are normal BMI would be 18.5 to 22.99. Grade 1 obesity would be 23 to 24.9. Grade 2 obesity would be 25 to 27.5. And grade 3 obesity would be 27.6 to 32.4. And finally, grade 5 obesity would be greater than or equal to 32.5 kg per meter square. Body fat has to be greater than 25.5 for men and greater than 38% for women to be considered as obese. And abdominal obesity, the waist circumference should be greater than or equal to 90 centimeters in men and greater than or equal to 80 centimeters in women. The waist to height ratio has to be more than 0.5 to be considered obese or to be categorized under obesity. So these were the anthropometric cutoffs that they have given. I think, in my opinion, it's a very, very well-defined guideline. It makes, it makes it so much easier to help or to guide people with obesity or overweight to reverse the trend and eat healthily and with lifestyle intervention programs put them on the right track and help them to prevent or postpone the diseases which they are prone to. So how do we combat obesity? The government of India has launched several initiatives, and most of you know this already, including Fit India Movement, a national program for NCDs, Poshan Abhiyan, Eat Right India, Khelo India, to promote healthier lifestyles, better nutrition, and physical activity. And this is a long-term behavioral change which is required, ensuring a healthier future for all. Some years ago, some of you might remember, there was a campaign called Aaj Se Thoda Kam. The film actor Rajkumar Rao was the face of this campaign, where it was, of course, started by FSSAI, and they encouraged people to reduce oil, reduce salt, and reduce sugar daily in their foods, not only at home, but even in the processed foods, packaged foods, and so on and so forth. This actually got the attention of the entire country, and I think a lot of people did make some changes in their lifestyles. But over a period of time, the campaign was discontinued, and I hope the people have not gone back to what they were eating before, but have improved their lifestyles. Earlier this year, the Prime Minister, in his Man Ki Baat program, encouraged people to reduce oil by 10% at least to fight obesity. He went on to appoint fitness ambassadors, which are 10 in numbers, and they're all very, very leading, well-known personalities in India, like the JNK Chief Minister Omar Abdullah, businessman Anand Mahindra, actor Mohan Lal, shooter Manu Bakar, weightlifter Mirabai Chanu, Infosys co-founder Nandan Nilekani, actor Madhavan, singer Shreya Ghoshal, philanthropist Sudha Murthy, and singer-actor Nira Hua. So all of these people were nominated, and they were asked to urge 10 other people whom they know, to encourage fight against obesity and so on and so forth. So it becomes like, what should I say? Uh, I'm not getting the right word, but you know what I mean. It just it's a chain reaction. It goes on, and everybody gets the information. And this is the latest, I think, in the fight against obesity, where the CBSE schools have ordered to incorporate sugar boards in schools, to display the sugar boards in schools, so that the children are aware, the school students are aware that too much sugar can cause harm in all of us. So there has been a lot of action even from the government end, and I think it takes a number of people, number of stakeholders to come together to fight obesity and overweight issues in our country. So I've just put a few points here, but I'm sure you can think of many more. Action against obesity would include, of course, nutrition literacy for all the people, behavioral change, local community engagement. I think it's very important, because at the individual level, education institutions level, workplace, healthcare institutions, etc., there are interventions going on with all of you working at various levels with various groups, but also to encourage community engagement and do it at the community level, or at the different gatherings and so on. It would really go a long way. Government policies are required to promote healthy lifestyles, and definitely industry participation is important. So, like I said, all stakeholders have to come together, including all of us as healthcare professionals, to fight against obesity. So I'm going to conclude by saying, dietitians and nutritionists, we have a lot of work to do in terms of public awareness, counseling, research, and partnerships to reduce the immense burden of obesity in India. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you so much for the opportunity. You muted, Shreya.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sheila ma'am, for such a thought-provoking presentation. Your insights into the latest trends in obesity management and their relevance to India have been incredibly valuable. Now it's time to welcome our next speaker, Ms. Isha Singh, who will take us through the exciting new product innovation by Goodmonk.
Thank you, Shreya. Thank you so much. I would need your help to run through my slides.
Sure.
Once you're ready, let me know.
Yes. Is it visible?
Yes. All right. So firstly, thank you everybody for attending today's webinar. In spite of your busy schedules, we do understand that it becomes a little taxing to spare some time out for these webinars, but we are really grateful to all of you who are joining us. So I would take today as an opportunity to introduce you with our latest product launch and the issues which we aim to target through this product solution. Coming to the next slide. And by the way, there will be a like 15 to 30 seconds lag, what you will be seeing from our side to the mainstream platform. So please bear with us. Shreya, I think your slides are not visible now. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks, Shreya. So everybody, as we are talking about obesity and the solutions around it, let's see, understand, and we know obesity is already a biggest global public health problem, which is not only impacting developed nations, but developing countries as well. So most of the statistics which we have already been covered by Sheila ma'am, I won't be, diving deep, but I will quickly run through these slides with key highlights. So in India, obesity is emerging as an important health problem, particularly in urban areas. But it is paradoxical that it coexists with the undernutrition. Now, almost 30 to 65% of adults who are in urban areas are either overweight or obese or have abdominal obesity. The NFHS data, NFHS 5 data suggests 24% of women as well as 23% of men are either overweight or obese. Amongst the people from 15 to 49 years of age group, 6.4% women and 4% men are obese, which is an alarming figure indeed. However, as per the latest health report, which we have seen from Apollo Hospitals in 2024, which was released on obesity, as well as the health stats, so obesity stood out to be the most common risk factor of all chronic NCDs, which is no surprise to us, we know that. But the surprising factor was 3 in 4 people who came for preventive health checkups in year 2023 for the entire Apollo Hospital, they were either obese or overweight. Now, if you see that Sheila ma'am already spoken about it, that we Asian Indians are highly susceptible and vulnerable for obesity because we exhibit a very unique genotype and a phenotype. So it becomes an excess body fat, abdominal obesity, increase in subcutaneous and intra-abdominal fat, deposition of fat in etopic sites like liver and muscles. So that's how it is very important for how Indians are being treated or being taken care of, managed for the obesity. Coming to the next slide. So let's see the key issues which is around obesity. The main contributing factors which are related to obesity are poor dietary patterns, definitely ultra-processed foods, increase in nutrient requirements due to inflammation or altered metabolism, impaired absorption due to altered microbiota in the gut, bariatric surgery, and all kind of surgical interventions. It also links to pharmacokinetics, which changes during obesity as well as the stressful environments, lack of physical activity, and low fiber intake. However, now we can say that overall, there are 3 problems which are faced by obese and overweight individuals. First one is low metabolism. That means they have high energy intake, low energy output, and low physical activity. Low energy and micronutrient deficiency, which contributes to a lot of issues due to the calorie dense diet and nutrient deficit diets. Low energy is the main factor involved there. Low fiber intake often links to the low satiety, which causes increased hunger as well as increased frequency of snacking in between the meals. Now, coming to the next slide. As this image demonstrates by itself, that there is always a tug of war when it comes to weight management. If you can see on the left side for the weight loss, people who go on low calorie intake and increased physical activity are on and off their habits. However, on the other hand, when you see the on the right side of the image, the post weight loss, there comes a satisfaction zone, and that I have achieved, and that I can increase eating whatever I feel like eating, and it increases the chances of a person to gain the weight again. It's a regain zone, leading to low satiety hormones, increase in hunger hormones, as well as low metabolism. On top of that, it is one more ironic situation, sorry, which we all tend to face when dealing with clients, that we live in a world of instant solutions like weight loss apps, which promise quick fixes, AI generated plans. They don't even deep dive how a professional nutritionist or dietitian can customize a diet plan. So, real health isn't any algorithm, I would say. And let's see how a holistic approach, which at Good Monk we have followed, and we have designed our product solution in a way that it can help you and your clients, as well as anybody who is trying to lose weight or manage their weight, or little struggling with their hunger pangs. So that is what we are going to introduce you to. Next slide. We will be showing you our new product. So I would like to introduce, I'm very happy that we have recently launched our new product called Good Monk Weight Management Program. It's not just a single product. It's not just another launch. It is a bold step forward in a vast ocean of weight management category. Though we started with fixing the micronutrient deficiency, we realized there are bigger problems to be addressed. We are moving towards the weight management solution. And hence, I would like to show you the science which we have thought about, and our scientists as well as our team for product development has helped and combined together to come up with this solution. For the next slide, I would like to show you, this is a unique bundle. If you can see, it is a three-way holistic approach, and I would show you all these in my next slide. So this slide, I would just want to introduce you and explain. This is a three-pronged approach of Good Monk's weight management program. It helps to tackle all three issues which I highlighted earlier. One was low metabolism, second is low energy and micronutrient deficiency, increased hunger pangs and appetite. So this three-pronged approach, as I mentioned, it will target not only just weight, it will also focus on boosting the metabolism, increasing the energy as well as micronutrient levels, as well as appetite control. So moving forward, I will show you all the details. So as I mentioned, like most of the weight management product does not work as they tackle only one issue. And we are looking at a holistic approach here as a product bundle along with a nutrition consultation support. So this will provide the right environment for a customer to get synergistic effect for optimal outcome and stay motivated, because they will be dealing with a nutritionist professional. So we all know as a nutritionist professionals that regular follow-ups and motivation are the utmost important during the weight management journey for any client, and they tend to get demotivated when they don't see the results, and hence we are looking at this holistic approach. Coming to the next slide, I would show you how each product is scientifically backed and how it links together to solve the problem of weight management. So Good Monk Slim Biotics is the product for weight management support, and it is formulated with clinically proven ingredients. We had done a efficacy testing of the product during the product development phase. So we tested this product's efficacy when paired with diet and lifestyle modification in a nutritionist clinic setting, and the results were interesting. It was just a 10 subjects review. We wanted to test it out for a few months and weeks. So 8 out of 10 subjects, if you can see the image on the right side, have showed improvements in their parameters like waist circumference, hip circumference, body weight, and body fat percentage levels, which was quite interesting for us because it actually married what science says about the ingredients which we have used in this product. So this product is it's called as Good Monk Slim Biotics, just to reiterate, and it is powered by 40 billion strains of Lactobacillus gasseri. Lactobacillus gasseri is one of the potent ingredient for weight management. It tackles through the adiposity. I will talk about it in my next slide. We also have clinically proven appetite controller, which is Garcinia cambogia. We have sun fiber as a dietary fiber in the form of prebiotics, as well as L-carnitine and chromium piconolate. So I will explain this in my next slide. As I gave a brief earlier, active ingredients are added to this formula, and this causes the efficacious level backed by scientific and clinical evidence. So probiotic, which I mentioned as L-gasseri strain, is around 40 billion CFU. It is a busy slide. If you want more details after the webinar, we will be happy to share that with you about the entire product range. However, I'll just highlight whatever is important. Garcinia cambogia is added, as well as L-carnitine, chromium piconolate. L-gasseri, I would want to touch upon a little bit more because most of you may not know, or even if you know, it is not so common in India. So, Lactobacillus gasseri is a well-researched strain known for its weight management properties. It is safe and it has been approved by FSSAI in their positive list of probiotics to be added in the supplements. So, in general, what probiotics do? They usually influence appetite and energy homeostasis through increased SCFA production. It has been shown that some bifidobacterium species and lactobacillus species produce pro-healthy conjugated linoleic acid CLA, and CLA affects body weight by improving energy metabolism and lipolysis. Based on the available literature, L-gasseri also helps to improve inflammatory conditions in adipocyte tissues and the intestine, and it in general helps the body to resist the oxidative stress as well. It increases the fat droplet size and reduces their absorption and digestion. So that means it goes flushes out, the fat goes flushing out of the body. Furthermore, I would like to highlight that they deconjugate bile acids, which increase the excretion of fat and sterols in human feces. Overall, it proves that it is quite a robust ingredient, and L-gasseri inhibits pancreatic lipase, reduces serum leptin, and increases the number of small adipocyte tissues in the body. It also inhibits the growth of adipocyte tissue in the body. By these mechanisms, I would like to highlight that L-gasseri are good candidate for any weight management benefits, and this has been studied quite well in the population in Japan and Korea, and it has been recently introduced in India. Now, having spoken about Slim Biotics, I would talk about the product number 2 in our product bundle, which is most of you who are attending the webinar or have been associated with Good Monk must be already aware of this product. It is Good Monk Family Nutrition Mix. It is our clinically proven formula for micronutrient supplementation and helps support in energy and micronutrient level increase. So based on a clinical trial which we have conducted over in 120 days, we saw 83% of improvement was observed in energy levels. Also, micronutrient levels of participants increased from baseline to the 120th day by 26% increase in vitamin D levels, 65% increase in vitamin B12, and 99% increase in the iron levels respectively for the people who were anemic and low iron levels. So this study was conducted last year, completed last year, and then currently it is under publication. Once it is published, there will be definitely some more information which we will be broadcasting out to our nutritionists. Now we need to understand, in our next slide, I would like to show that how obesity has some issues where we need to really work on the micronutrient deficiency. And that is the rationale why we have added this product in the bundle, because it is clinically proven. So there are strong scientific evidence that emphasize on the obesity related micronutrient deficiencies. This demonstrates that complexity of the issue. Again, this slide is quite busy. I'll just highlight few points. This demonstrates the complexity of the issue since the individual faces a double burden of malnutrition with overnutrition and deficit of malnutrition coexisting. Data suggests patients with severe obesity compared to normal weight controls are exposed to micronutrient deficiencies. Multiple factors influence this problem, include low quality and poor varied diet, but this deficiency can also be due to alterations in the absorption, distribution, and excretion of nutrients. Additionally, inflammatory state, which is caused during obesity condition, and increased expression of cystimicron regulating protein, hepcidin, can affect iron status in the body. Like I already mentioned, in this product, we have seen a lot of improvement in the people's iron level, serum iron level. So it actually creates a good synergy when we try to bring in the micronutrient supplementation along a weight management product. So likewise, due to various mechanisms, including volumetric dilution in larger volumes of fat, serum, liver, and muscle, vitamin D deficiency is also common in obesity and obese individuals. That I will show in my next slide. If you can see in this slide, again, it's a busy slide. I will highlight key pointers. So there is a relationship between vitamin D and levels and obesity. So as you can see the excerpt for the research articles which I have put in the table, children and adolescents with obesity are at higher risk of vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D deficiency is also in subjects with obesity. There is an inverse association between BMI and serum levels of hormones of hydroxy vitamin. So now if you can see, there is a lot of link between how obese in people who are obese have low levels of vitamin D. Hence, this in product which we have family nutrition mix has also shown, the clinical research has also shown that there were a improvement in the vitamin D levels. Now, the bigger challenge nutritionists face with people who are vegetarian and they have vitamin D and vitamin B12 deficiency. With our product, we have seen, and it has been proven by clinical research, the results that all vitamin D, vitamin B12, and iron levels were already increased. So that gives a very strong potency for, and a candidate to be used for the weight management. Coming to my next slide, I will showcase how a third product choice has been incorporated in this product bundle. So now the third product is no brainer. Everybody knows the fiber needs to be given, right? Because there is low fiber intake. So we have included Good Monk's Fiber Fix. It is a supplement which is formulated to work on a symbiotic mechanism. And it contains both pre and probiotic. This product contains clinically proven ingredients, that is sun fiber, which is a partially hydrolyzed guar gum, and a prebiotic which acts very slowly on the gut. Bacillus coagulum is a heat-stable spore-forming bacteria which stays and it reaches intestine, just bypasses the stomach acid, and it acts where it's supposed to be acting on. Sunfiber is a clinically proven to improve gut health and satiety. I have highlighted few points here. For satiety and appetite control, uh, it reduces the snacking. A daily intake of around 2 grams of sun fiber over 2 weeks led to approximately 20% reduction in daily calorie intake from snacking. And there was a delayed colonic transit time observed, and it helps prolong digestion, contributing to a sustained feeling of fullness. Hence, it reduces the hunger pangs. There is an increase in satiety hormones. So when elevated levels of cholecystokinin was observed, which helps to regulate appetite while people were consuming sun fiber. So these studies are basically all based on the ingredient sun fiber, which has around 150 clinical studies. If somebody is interested, you guys can Google sun fiber and you will get a lot of information on it. For gut health benefits, it increases Akkermansia levels. It is a beneficial gut bacteria which is associated with improved metabolic health and reduced inflammation. Improved stool consistency were also observed among 50% people over the period of 2 months consumption. And regularity in passing stool also increased by 21%. So this data is around 2 to 6 grams of sun fiber consumption regularly. Now coming to another slide where I want to highlight how these three products come together and how to use it. Now it's very simple. Although our products are add to food, some are add to water. What we have done is we have tried to recommend based on a consumer's habit. They want to have everything together, and we have done a testing that it is fine to be taken together in water. So we recommend all three products together before or after meals, and that can be defined by your own nutritional practice and where you want to place that for your client. So we recommend simply add product number 1, 2, and 3, that is Slim Biotic, Good Monk Fiber Fix, as well as Family Nutrition Mix together, and mix it in around 200 ml of water and sip it. So Good Monk Slim Biotics, it comes in a tasty lemonade flavor, and the other two products are tasteless and odorless. So it makes it very easy to consume while in the water, on the go, wherever they want to. So I will just rest for a while for after this slide, and I would like to showcase some information and make you aware of our expert with whom we had worked on, and is none other than Swati Patel, and she is an expert nutritionist. Swati, if you can switch on your camera. So I will just introduce Swati. Thank you so much, Swati, for joining us. So as I mentioned in my previous slides, that we had done, a testing, efficacy testing of a product with a renowned nutritionist. That is none other than Swati Patel, and she was kind enough to help us. And we had a lot of back and forth to see whether the product is working, not working. We have changed the formulation. It went on for almost a year now. So now, as mentioned, this was developed, and we worked with Swati. So Swati is actually a very well-known expert clinical nutritionist with around 30 plus years of experience. She is based in Vadodara, and she was kind enough to support us and guide us during this product development process as well as efficacy testing phase. Let us hear from her. And what is her experience? We can stay back on the same slide, Shreya. So based on her experience, feedback she would want to, and you guys can ask questions later. So Swati, over to you.
Yeah, a very good evening to everybody. So let me start. So basically, my experience overall was very good, and my team had been involved during the phase of the product development. And this was basically to conduct a check on the product's efficacy trials. And this was done in my clinic with some of my weight management clients. Now, during this testing, we incorporated Good Monk Slim Biotic weight management product. But remember, this was definitely along with our diet planning and the lifestyle changes which we usually do with our clients, right, on a regular basis. Now, the clients, they experienced better appetite control. Their energy levels were very good. There were fewer cravings between the meals, and hence they could, get into weight loss regime. Now, some of them were so happy actually using this product that with the results, they asked if they could continue the product usage for more months. And then we were all looking forward to the product launch, which is now available, I think, everywhere, right? Isha? Yeah, okay. And so basically from this experience, we can say that Good Monk, the Slim Biotic weight management product is good to support your healthy weight management, helping you stay on track with your goals and manage craving, especially the midday or rather the evening snacks where people usually end up eating the vada pavs, bhajiyas or dabilis, right? Usually that's the wrong hour. And it also helped with the enhancing the metabolism so that they could burn more calories. Further, it also helped reduce fat storage. So I can say overall that Good Monk product can offer a holistic approach as an adjunct therapy to weight management when it is rightly paired with a balanced meal and the regular exercises. And definitely we nowadays also we have to look into the sleep cycle, the circadian rhythm, and the other lifestyle management pillars. All of them need to be touched upon. And definitely this is a good your go-to product in your clinics. Right. So thank you, Isha, for this opportunity. And yeah,
Swati.
overall the experience has been good with the team of Good Monk also.
Thank you, Swati. It's a pleasure to work with you, and you have always been kind enough to answer a lot of questions which we, from the development perspective, didn't know on the practical side. So we really worked hard to deliver the product which works. So finally, it is available on the site since now. And okay, Swati, thank you. I will move forward to
Thank you
just
so much.
show you all
Yeah.
what Swati just mentioned about the customer testimonials. I am masking their images. So Shreya, if you can move to the next slide. So here, if you can see, there are all real customers of Swati's. I have taken the permission and their acknowledgement to showcase on our website as well as on our webinars. So if you can see, these are product people who followed the product plus diet and lifestyle modification, and they were approached by a trained nutritionist. This is what the difference it makes. So as I mentioned that we were doing it for around 6 months to 8 months, you can see there are first person who has lost 10 kgs in around 7 months. She showed a lot of lowering of appetite. She was not craving anymore for junk food, and she showed a lot of increase in energy. And the second person, he lost around 7 months, 10 plus kgs. Again, there was a lowering of appetite as well as increase in energy. The third lady, she lost around 10 kgs in 6 months. It's reduced hunger pangs and energy. So what the trend was coming out was people was actually showing effect on the product was actually showing effect on people's appetite as well as hunger control. So that's an increase in energy, no brainer, because when the gut is healthy and you're getting the right nutrients are absorbed, you're on a right diet and a lifestyle modification as well as some physical activity, it definitely provides a lot of energy. And when you're losing weight, that gives a lot of satisfaction and confidence. So we have spoken to many of the clients what Swati had given the product to them, and they were very, very happy with the product. So now I don't want like too much time to be taken on this, but yes, if you are interested to know more about the product, we will be happy to share after our webinar. Just want to inform you who all are attending. We'll be getting a Good Monk Weight Management Kit as our small gift from our side, so that you can see the product how it is. You can use yourself or just pass it on to your client. And if you want, we also have a lot of nutritionists who have been associated with us as a Good Monk Health ambassadors. Maybe I can talk to you about that as well, so that if somebody is interested, they will be trying to engage and get associated with Good Monk, and then talk about that. So maybe the next slide, please. So after having a detailed look about our new products, I would want to highlight something about Good Monk Health Ambassador Program, which we have already around 500 plus nutritionists who have been associated with us past 2.5 years, and they do believe in our products. It's about first they genuinely try the product. If they believe in it, only then they recommend our product, because we are already selling the product through D2C. We are selling it on our website, on Amazon, on Zomato, as well as Swiggy and Blinkit. But we don't want that kind of just selling the product. We want to make the real impact for people who really need it. And nutritionist is the right person who can justify whether a person needs some kind of a supplement or no. So at Good Monk, we are on a journey to build a strong nutritionist community, and we help the customers to get the right nutrition products which can be trusted, can be used, as well as clinically backed. So if you can see on the screen, this is a QR code. If you can scan this, if you are interested, you can take a picture of it and we can send it all later as well to you. And there is a number which is dedicated directly to the nutritionist, which is with our team, myself and Shreya, who is on the other side of the webinar. And we do encourage people to reach out to us from the nutritionists who want to sign up. So we have a lot of information which we can share with you about the products, as well as if you want to incorporate our products and recommend it to your clients or your customers, you can sign up for free as a health ambassador for Good Monk, and then you get a little bit of perks to it. So that I can explain to the next slide. So this is our existing plan, which most of you who are associated with us would know, and people who are joining new may not, and who are attending just the webinar. Just to let you know, this is what we have for our Good Monk Health Ambassador. This is an affiliate plan. This is a plan A and plan B. If I'll make it simple, the plan A is all about the product, if you have a clinic, you can buy the product, keep it at your clinic at 40% discount on MRP, and you can sell it up to MRP. The plan B is a referral commission based, where you get a unique code when you sign up for the Good Monk Health Ambassador. You get a unique code which you can send it across to your client who buys it the product on Good Monk website only, and they get additional 10% off, and you get 25% commission on the sale of that product. This I don't want to go in much detail. We will be sharing these details by messages on WhatsApp. So please look forward for Good Monk messages in couple of days following week. So we all thank all the nutritionists who have believed in our mission and to make the nutrition easy, effective, and clean over the past 2 years, and they are going on supporting us. We need your support now who are joining us now if you decide to join us as an affiliate or a Good Monk ambassador. So if you can spread a word and get the bigger community stronger, and we are running out a new referral program just for this particular product which we have newly launched, because we think that a person who wants to lose weight needs proper attention as well as guidance. So only a nutritionist would be the right person to do that. Although we have in-house nutritionists who can take care of the nutrition consultations when a person is or customer is buying the product from our website, but we are encouraging and developing this particular channel of engagement and community for the nutritionists to earn some more, as well as a customer can get the right nutrition, because most of the time people just want to buy some product as a supplement. They may not know what is the right supplement for them or not. So our products are very unique. We can explain those other products to you. You guys can go on to our website of goodmonk.in and then check out our products. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on our dedicated number. So I will go to the next slide. So this is a new referral program which we have just started this month, early this month. And the qualification criteria of this referral bonus is that if you are a nutritionist, suppose I am a nutritionist which is already engaged and on board as an ambassador, health ambassador in Good Monk, and I refer a second nutritionist from my network for being a nutrition ambassador. So they sign up using the QR code and the link. Once they sign up and they buy or sell, like for example, for the 40% plan or for the referral plan, if they buy or they do a first sale of a weight management program, doesn't matter if it is a 15 unit pack or a 30 unit pack, they get activated. So suppose I recommend somebody, they buy the product, they sign up for the Good Monk nutrition ambassador, and they buy the product or sell the product, then they get activated. So once this cycle is done, the nutritionist one who has referred the person would get a first one time 1,000 rupees payment. That is only one time payment for each referral. Then the second nutritionist goes on by themselves. They can keep doing their own referrals, but the first nutritionist who has recommended will get it for the first time. So this we will be sharing after the webinar, maybe early next week, all these details. If you have queries, you can reach out to that number, and then we will be giving you more details about it. So I don't want to take much time on it. Yeah. So for the next slide, I want to highlight, you might be having the questions of what are the products and how much is the price. So this is readily available on our website, goodmonk.in. So this weight management program is a weight management kit we have designed. It's a 15-day trial pack, a 1-month supply pack, and a 2-month supply pack. And these are the pricing you can check online. And maybe Shreya, you can flash the previous slide with the Good Monk ambassador plan. That's the QR code if you guys want to take a image, take a picture of it, and you can scan through and register with us. This is what I had today, and I hope you have got the enough information, not too much in detail, but yes, the top line of the information about the new product. And if you are willing to, ask any questions, we are open to have questions. Maybe Shreya, you can go towards the question and answers. Over to you, Shreya. We will have just 5 minutes for the questions.
So Vansh, do we have any questions in the comments?
Ma'am, till now I can't see the questions.
Sorry, Vansh, can't hear you.
Till now, ma'am, there's no questions.
Okay, fine.
All right, so if we don't have questions, we can just wind up. I think that's what we can do because we are already over time. Shreya?
Sure. Yeah. So as we come to the end of the session, I would like to express my gratitude to our speakers. First and foremost, a big thank you to Ms. Sheila Krishnaswamy ma'am and also Ms. Isha Singh for their enriching presentations and also for sharing their expertise with us today. A special thanks to Ms. Swati Patel for her practical insights and feedback on the product usage. A heartfelt thanks to all the participants for joining. We look forward to stay connected with all of you. And if there's anything we couldn't address today, we'll get back to you individually after the session. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you.